Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and today I'm going to show you how to easily hit a flop shot over a bunker. So that's a great shot to have in the arsenal, and it's not as hard as you think. So if this is your first time to this channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping you play better golf and lowering your golf score. So if you want to lower your score, consider subscribing to my channel, and you can click on the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and then you're notified of all of the videos as I release them. So as I said, today we're going to take a look at the easy way to hit a flop shot over a bunker. So I'm going to use my 60-degree sand wedge to play this shot. So the more loft there is on the golf club, the easier it is to play. So that's the first thing that I do. The second thing that I want to think about is I want to use the bounce on the club. So the last thing I want is for the sharp leading edge to come down and dig into the ground. By letting the bounce and using the bounce of the club, it will help get the club under the ball and pop it up in the air. So because of this, we don't really want to start with our hands in front, because if we do that, we take loft off the club and we make the leading edge sharper and it's going to dig in. So we don't want to do it. Second thing is we want to try and get our hands just slightly behind the ball. I'm not talking a lot, just ever so slightly. And we want to open the club face slightly as well. Both of these two things add a bit of loft, and it helps me to utilize the bounce on the club. Our angle of attack wants to be shallow. So I really want to keep this angle of attack as shallow as I can. If I start getting steep on my angle of attack, that leading edge is going to dig into the ground, which is what we don't want. So with my weight slightly behind, if I just keep it there on the way down, I'm going to help shallow out my angle of attack. I'm going to keep the club low after I hit it, and it's going to help to pop the ball up in the air. And so the next thing that we need to think of when we play this shot is we have that shallow angle of attack, as I said, but we've got to get our hands soft. We don't want to keep our arms and hands really stiff. So we do want to let a little bit of a softening of the hands. I'm not going to say that we hinge them or that we're wristy. It's just a softening of the hands. To assist in that, it really does help on this shot if we keep our hands low. So I like to think of starting with my hands lower than normal, and I try and keep my hands low through the shot. It's a great thought whenever you want to pop the ball up in the air, is to keep those hands quite low through impact. It does really help to get that ball up in the air. So the next thing I want to make sure of is that I have my swing length down pat. I would err on hitting it slightly too far rather than slightly too short and leaving it in the bunker. So I always try and picture about a 3/4 type swing when I play that shot, and that gives me a nice trade-off between getting enough club head speed on the ball and not hitting it too far. So 3/4 is the way to go. And the final thing is swing speed. We don't want to get too quick. We don't want to decelerate. I still want the club accelerating, but it does so at a much slower rate than a normal golf shot. So with all those things in mind, I'm going to see how I go playing this shot. And the ball just pops up in the air. It probably landed about a flag stick and a half past the hole. So there you have it. They're my key things that I like to think of when I'm playing that little flop shot over a bunker. I wouldn't want any of you to go out on the course and in the middle of a competition and try this shot straight away. I would work on it away from the course. And of course, the good thing to think of is if you can play the shot 7 out of 10 times in practice, you're ready to put it into play on the golf course. But until you can do it 7 out of 10, I wouldn't worry about trying to put it into play. So thank you for letting me help you with your golf. I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.